scary shit.
Hello everyone. Camera sometimes captures things the naked eye misses. Not everything can be explained right away. And it's moments like these that remind us nature still holds mysteries beyond human understanding. So if you're just as curious, make sure to like and subscribe to get started.
Oh God!
Science requires clear evidence, so phenomena like this remain unverified until reliable data becomes available. Nobody knows exactly what is happening, but the internet has probably already created at least 3 alien theories. This is an artwork you have to move around to fully experience. Do you consider it art or a carefully staged illusion?
哇，真的像一条龙一样。
It looks like ocean waves in the sky, but it is actually caused by 2 layers of air moving at different speeds.
It was cool and windy a second ago. Then it got warm. Then it got cool again. This is what we're seeing. Freaking heavy.
If this is only a cloud, why does your brain react as though it has sensed a presence rather than simply recognized a shape? A ship appears to be floating in mid-air, but it is really an atmospheric illusion caused by light bending through layers of air with different densities. People can spend months building everything they have, but nature needs only a few minutes to respond, and its message is always impossible to ignore. The real danger comes from underestimating the speed and force of moving water, because once it crosses a certain threshold, every reaction comes too late.
Awesome.
A bridge in Porto Alegre, Brazil collapsed during severe flooding, forcing thousands of people to leave their homes. In a situation like this, safety does not depend on driving skill. It depends on choosing to stop before it is too late. Where are you watching from on the map of the United States? Drop your location below because I am curious to see how far this video has traveled. When enough electrical charge builds up, it searches for the fastest path to discharge, and sometimes that path is much closer than you ever imagined. What makes this moment memorable is not that it is rare, but that it happened close enough for you to truly feel it. Some meals are memorable because the food was delicious, while others become unforgettable because nature decided to join the table. What do you think is hardest to forget? After an earthquake, the moment it happens, or what remains afterward? Sometimes you do not realize how lucky you are until something happens close enough to make you understand it. You are not seeing things. When the subject blends into the background, your brain favors simplicity and removes unclear details. The rabbit has absolutely no idea what just happened, because in its world, trees are not where deer are supposed to appear. This effect is created by holding the breath and building pressure around the neck, causing its shape to change dramatically. Nothing was actually split in half. Your brain simply failed a basic test of how light works. This was not a sunset, but a collision between a storm and dust that transformed the sky into something almost unimaginable. While performing a low-altitude maneuver, the CF-18 suddenly suffered an engine failure, an unexpected emergency made even more dangerous by how close it was to the ground. The sky above RAF Fairford in England suddenly became the stage for a moment that was never part of the script. The aircraft had already traveled more than two-thirds of the runway before touching down, a decision that left almost everything else to hope and reflexes. Escaping danger not once but twice in a row made it feel like luck had decided to stay by his side a little longer that day. Your like could help this warning reach more people, and it might even help someone avoid an unnecessary risk. Traveling at nearly one-third the speed of light. When it struck the utility pole, the sky erupted in nature's own giant camera flash. An airplane acts like a Faraday cage, allowing the electrical current to travel around its exterior while the passengers inside remain largely unaffected. Suspension bridges are designed to sway with the wind, but sometimes that movement reminds us just how fragile everything can be. Following weather warnings and staying indoors when unusual conditions appear are simple but effective ways to reduce risk. When rainfall exceeds the drainage system's capacity, the water accelerates and creates enough force to sweep away lighter objects. That day, the wave rose so high that it seemed to be speaking directly to the rooftops with almost no distance left between them.
Richa, mira, deberían de prohibir el paso, porque mira... ¡Wow! Deben de prohibir el paso por la avenida.
Those waves did not simply rush toward the houses, they seemed to knock on the doors with enough force to silence everyone. taking one more step forward to get a clearer shot. Do you think that was smart or reckless? That is when you begin to understand why so many people in America choose cats instead of dogs. Working with animals is when you realize your concentration matters far less than their curiosity. That was not aggression. It was the precision of a predator whose every reflex had been perfected by nature. The problem was never the child. It was that nobody told them some things out there are not meant to be tested. She did not even have time to save the video. If you would like to see more videos like this, your support will help us continue sharing them.
Mira, hasta qué curioso está para caer, mira.
Ay, ala, donde no hay nadie. ¡Ay!
After that one-of-a-kind lightning strike, I think this car will sell faster than the company can restock it. In less than a second, energy from the sky found its point of contact and everything nearby was instantly flooded with light. Within seconds, the ground lost its stability, making everything above it far less secure than before. Are you watching this video on your TV while relaxing at home? Using only 50 kilograms of explosives. The high-rise core collapsed precisely at 10:30, bringing one chapter of the Lurhoff Center's history to an end. It was a powerful but controlled ending as the structure that once supported an entire system made way for a new future. Shortly afterward, the 128-meter cooling tower and the two 10-meter smokestack came down one after another exactly as the operation had been planned. Driving into floodwater is not bravery. It is gambling against something you have absolutely no control over. Not every road is worth testing, and this is definitely one of them. An eel can expand its mouth like a flexible pouch, allowing it to swallow prey much larger than its own body. This cat is completely fascinated by the texture of reptile scales. It was only a slight nod, but enough to show that animals sometimes have their own way of saying thank you. The largest creature in Earth's history is still swimming in our oceans today, the magnificent blue whale. You may be able to control your car, but you cannot control a moving train. I just want to hear the phone call he made to his insurance company. That must have been interesting.
There's cars behind me.
Some kisses bring emotion, while others come with a multi-million-dollar repair bill. Who do you think was at fault here? The person opening the door, or could the passing rider have avoided it too? If you enjoy moments like these, show the channel some support with a like. I do not think jumping rope was the real problem. The problem was choosing the wrong place to try it. People say men are supposed to be the ones providing support, but those roles switched pretty quickly here. What is the weather like where you are right now? Has it forced you to change your plans today? The powerful winds did more than damage structures. They also brought traffic across the city to an almost complete standstill. The wind did not only carry away property, it also added even more time to an already difficult recovery. The Hughes fire north of Castaic in Los Angeles County is spreading rapidly as strong winds gust near 70 kilometers per hour, making firefighting efforts extremely difficult. With more than 1,300 acres burned and only 50% contained, this wildfire in western Miami-Dade County, Florida is still far from over. Old Dueño. Lengai is the volcanic world's great exception, the only volcano on Earth that erupts truly unique carbonatite lava. And today's award for the worst decision goes to them, climbing an active volcano despite the restriction being perfectly clear. Originally shared as evidence of a massive missile, the video quickly raised serious questions about its authenticity. From above, the total solar eclipse becomes perfectly visible as three celestial bodies align, blocking the light and revealing the universe's rare beauty. It is fascinating to watch this ship being launched, and if you agree, remember to like and subscribe for more moments like this. Sometimes life does not need to give you a warning because the situation itself is already an IQ test. Are you enjoying this video from your living room, bedroom, or another corner of your home? Ooh! Would you take this job for $1 million? It may sound enormous and terrifying, but this gentle giant is actually much friendlier than its appearance suggests. A cassowary's call is not necessarily a threat. It also helps them mark territory and communicate with others. Soft-shell turtles can live for many years because of their slow metabolism and stable environment over time. When threatened, this little guy does not just defend itself. It activates superhero cosplay mode with its own personal cape. That is certainly a very impressive way for nature to demand everyone's attention. If this is the moment you will remember most, let us know in the comments below.
Joe's boat's still floating.
When water appears where it clearly does not belong, this is no longer weather. Nature has decided to redesign the map. The waves may be trying their hardest to steal attention, but that conversation remains the real star of this moment. Staying away from steep slopes and unstable ground during severe weather is crucial because danger can escalate within minutes. The sun was still shining, but everything changed so quickly, as though nature rewrote the script without warning. Dogs notice subtle changes through their senses, allowing them to react before humans fully understand what is happening. No special effects or background music are needed for kindness like this to touch people. Comment 1 if you agree.
Oh my gosh, you saved me, boy. You actually saved me.
You can turn off the lights and go to sleep, but not every device goes to sleep with you, and that is where trouble begins. There were no obvious warning signs, but within moments, hundreds of electric bicycles in Nada Hainan caught fire at once. Have you ever experienced something similar in real life? And how did you react in that moment? If you would like to see more moments like these in your feed, subscribing is a great way to continue supporting the channel. It was almost as if he had been chosen to escape that situation, an incredibly rare stroke of luck. Large objects should always be secured properly because the wind does not care whether you think they can fly. Be honest, have you ever reacted that quickly before? Nature always finds a way to create things beyond our imagination, leaving us amazed and unable to explain them. It bears an incredible resemblance to a giant product made by Durex. Sometimes nature is so beautiful that you just want to completely lose yourself in it. No matter how impressive Boitsov's performance may be, safety must always come first. Do not attempt it unless you are prepared to pay the price.
Well.
I truly deserves to be crowned husband of the year. That guy may have just experienced something that made buying new underwear less of an option and more of an absolute necessity. It does not understand what an earthquake is. It only knows that a place that once felt safe suddenly feels unfamiliar, leaving it standing there with no idea what to do.
Holy sh**.
Some materials contain an enormous amount of stored energy, and when they are triggered the wrong way, 1 second can be enough to shake an entire street. This is a reminder that even the things you use every day still need to be inspected because problems rarely come from something unfamiliar. They usually come from something you trusted. Sometimes the biggest lessons do not come from textbooks. They come from moments that remind you how quickly everything can change direction. What percentage of situations like this do you think comes down to pure luck? On July 19th in Haining, Zhejiang province, a tornado suddenly formed and pulled a moving vehicle into the vortex. A webcam captured a thunderstorm forming over Lake Maggiore, and just 12 hours later it had moved offshore near Brindisi. To put it simply, the cloud and the ground are having a disagreement over voltage, and lightning is their extremely decisive way of settling it. If this video did not feel like a waste of your time, a little support from you would motivate us to keep going. A leopard suddenly entered a business and attacked 2 employees, quickly throwing the entire place into chaos before escaping. Misunderstandings do not happen only between people, and this cow clearly interpreted the situation in a very unfriendly way. If this clip made your day even a little brighter hearing, that would truly mean a lot to us. The chain reaction starts incredibly fast, and sometimes you help someone else by ending up in the exact same situation. A camera in West Virginia captured a sudden flash flood as a house failed to withstand the powerful current. This time, the water did not simply flow past. It came through with enough sideways force to carry away things that seemed permanently fixed in place. The faster the water moves, the more quickly you lose your balance, especially when a slippery surface leaves almost no time to react. Do you think humans truly understand the full power of the ocean, or are we still underestimating it every single day? Not everyone is willing to step into waves this powerful, but for them, it is simply part of the job. Within seconds, a sudden landslide rushed down the slope carrying a massive wave of mud and rocks that wiped out the road and buried several vehicles. With only 5.5 kilograms of explosives placed in the right locations, the 93-meter-tall DEW gas storage facility in Dortmund collapsed completely, leaving behind 600 tons of debris within seconds. Within seconds, 250 kilograms of explosives brought down the 60-meter-tall Bonn Center, ending the story of a building that had stood for nearly half a century. Stolen vehicle fleeing from police ran a red light and caused a crash so severe that an entire building collapsed moments later. One small light can help spread this warning farther, and sometimes that may be enough to help someone avoid a tragic situation. You should never park directly beneath a construction site because the consequences could easily reach millions of dollars in damages. Are you watching today from the comfort of your own home? An iceberg suddenly flipped over after its center of gravity shifted, creating a powerful movement and revealing a section of ice that had never been exposed before.
Holy, what the? I wasn't.
The scene quickly became intense as hail poured down relentlessly with every impact, turning a peaceful location into complete chaos. You do not need an ocean to capture a sunset. Sometimes a small puddle is enough to hold an entire moment. A single gentle touch is enough to make millions of tiny organisms light up at the same time. There are still countless fascinating things waiting out there, so follow along as we continue exploring them one by one. This is a rare developmental abnormality in which the embryo does not separate completely, resulting in two heads forming on a single body. Glass frogs have skin so transparent that you can clearly see the internal organs inside their bodies. What you are seeing is not computer-generated. It is a real creature known as a sea angel, and it looks almost too beautiful to be real. What do you think is the biggest takeaway here? A lesson about keeping your distance, or about completely misjudging the situation? That moment probably used up 90% of his lifetime supply of luck, and not everyone gets a break like that. This is one of the many reasons dogs remain the most beloved pets in America. The way it showed up made one thing immediately clear. This was definitely not a friendly neighbor. The hardest part is not the accident itself. It is figuring out how to convince the insurance company that this actually happened. Which natural disaster scares you the most? Floods, storms, or earthquakes? Leave a comment and see who shares the same fear. Escaping from a vehicle while being swept away by floodwater is extremely rare, and sometimes the only word for it is a miracle.
Well, lakaw me. Magka-pick up man me.
Amid the chaos of an earthquake, one thing is easily overlooked. Older people often need more support than ever. A magnitude 5.0 earthquake-triggered landslides, turning an ordinary area into a dangerous zone within a very short time.
Oh, she was in the
Are you watching today from your favorite familiar chair? After this delivery, I think he is going to need a new pair of pants. This is karma working at full capacity, and it did not even need a full minute to show up. Not every hero wears a cape. If you enjoy acts of kindness like this, please like and subscribe so we can help spread more meaningful stories.
You alright, buddy? You want help? Let's go stowaway.
In the workplace, just 1 second of distraction can turn an ordinary day into a lesson you will never forget. Without protective equipment, everything you do depends on hope rather than actual risk control. In reality, trains cannot stop suddenly, so the safest choice is always to stay out of the danger zone from the beginning. This is the kind of confidence that says there is still time until reality proves that the time never existed.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh
The disaster struck so quickly that the area was thrown into an emergency, while rescue crews continued working without pause.
Oh, तेरी और जाओ पीछे जाओ ओ यार
Knowing there is fast-moving water ahead and entering anyway is not a lack of information. It is gambling with your own safety. The Hard Rock Hotel suddenly collapsed after its entire structural support system lost balance within a matter of moments.
Ужас! Ужас! Офигеть! Bizde ne oldu? Bizde ne oldu? Bizde ne oldu?
The insurance company is probably reviewing the policy very carefully because this is exactly the kind of situation nobody wants to handle. A sudden landslide completely blocked the road as rocks and soil poured down, bringing all traffic to a standstill. Do moments like this feel even more entertaining when you are watching them safely on your TV at home? Today's wind is not simply blowing. It is cleaning up everything in a violent way with absolutely no procedure. What is the weather like outside your window right now? Is everything calm or is it starting to look unpredictable? The combination of lightning and high terrain creates a striking image, but it also reveals the enormous amount of energy in the environment. Mammotus clouds form when cold, moisture-heavy air sinks, creating the distinctive pouch-like formations beneath a thunderstorm cloud. When temperatures drop in the early morning, moisture in the air condenses and the mesh system collects that water for irrigation. Do you know what this phenomenon is? Share your answer so everyone can learn something new. More than 1,300 riders and around 400,000 spectators turned Enduro del Verona 2024 into one of the largest sand racing events ever held. This road is known not only for its steep incline, but also for the level of risk that makes anyone think twice before crossing it. Humans are not the only ones who know how to enjoy the snow. This horse clearly understands how to join the fun.
Dude. That bear. Oh, he has a tag on his ear. Yeah, you can see.
Not every trip comes with an unexpected visitor, and it is even rarer when that visitor knows how to open the door by itself. When wild animals begin fighting, it is no longer time to watch. It is time to create distance immediately. These two gentlemen skipped the long debate and chose the most direct way to find out who was more confident. It looks like he invested a lot of effort today. Unfortunately, the one who needed to notice did not seem interested. Does the area where you live often have unexpected traffic situations like this? An ordinary day suddenly became unforgettable when the parking lot decided it needed a little extra drama. Some days luck is so clearly on your side that even a tiny difference could have completely changed the story. Someone should tell that coconut tree that an end-of-season sale does not mean dropping every product on the ground. If this video surprised you, leave a like. If one moment stayed with you, share it in the comments. See you in the next video.